Hey, David in Purchase, New York. Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and with the help of my GoPro camera, I am going to show you how I cut some polarized polycarbonate blue mirror lenses from Zeiss for your RayBan 2132 size 55. Tonight I will be demonstrating on the 902, which is the classic tortoise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop out the original lenses that come in this frame, and I'm going to put your Italian frame into my Italian Santanelli LE1000 patternless edger, and the stylus is coming up and tracing the shape of the left lens, and then it's going to move over and trace the shape of the right. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. You buy the frame and you get free clear prescription single vision lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. It's all your choice. But since you didn't buy the frame from me, you are buying the polycarbonate blue mirror lenses, polarized blue mirror. So I'm pulling the shape up onto the computer. If this were prescription, I'd type in your pupillary distance, but it is not. And I also know from experience that the 55 has a deeper bevel than the 52, so I'm going to take it down about 1/10 of a millimeter. These are polycarbonate lenses. I'm cutting on the soft cycle, and this is for a plastic frame. So, soft. Let me just study everything. Polycarbonate, soft, or xyl. To me, okay. So here are your lenses. Let me take them out of the protective sleeve that they come in. Can you see how good is that blue mirror coating? Can you see my reflection in there? I don't know. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get started. One way you can always tell if lenses are polarized, if you hold them up to the light and you cross them in front of each other, you can still see through them. But you hear the term polar opposites, so which means if they are 90 degrees apart in a meridian, it goes pitch black and it blocks all light and you cannot see through the lens. So I'm going to line them this way, but just take a second pair of lenses, hold them that way. You can always test to see if lenses are polarized. So I need to put this block on here. This is what's going to hold it in place in the lathe while it's cutting. So I need to put a little sticky adhesive sticker, for lack of better words, and actually 3M, the same people who make post-it notes, do that. So the black side is the sticky side. This is like a double-sided tape. I stuck it onto the block. Pull away the tape on this side to make it sticky, and I'm going to stick that on there. I'm going to do the same thing for the left lens. Put that on there, pull away the tape, and in we go. So I'm going to put this into the chuck, or as I like to say, the Charles, because I don't know it well enough to call it chuck. But apart from my bad humor, the first thing you're going to see is these calipers are going to come down, and it's going to trace the back surface first, the concave surface, which is close to your eyelashes, and then it's going to move over and trace the convex side, the front surface of the lens, which sits away from your face. All the while measuring the thickness to know exactly where to place the bevel so it stays inside the frame the best. The actual cutting wheel is down here on the bottom left of the machine. It is that lighter color wheel. It's like a heavy grit sandpaper. That's what's going to grind away your polycarbonate material. And this wheel in the center with that little channel, that little valley, that's what's going to put the bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. I will have to close the door due to the sound, but for now I just want you to see your polarized blue mirror lenses touch down on the cutting wheel. So your lenses are polycarbonate, which is, there's three main lens materials: glass, plastic, and polycarb. Glass has gone by the way of the dinosaur with the exception of some sunglass lenses. Most people just don't wear them in their everyday glasses due to safety. So the other two lenses are plastic and polycarb. Today I'm using polycarb because I feel it's a much higher quality material. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. It is virtually unbreakable. Your lenses are bulletproof up to 22 caliber and have both UVA and UVB protection. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes. And the reason I use polycarb is that a couple years ago someone was mowing and they threw a rock out and it hit me dead center in my right eye, and after a few choice words I realized, man, I'm glad I was wearing polycarb lenses. So that's what everyone gets, because you never know when life is going to happen. You could be walking in the woods and someone ahead of you moves a branch out of the way and lets it fly back in your face. These lenses will not crack and slice your eye open, which can happen with glass lenses. If you notice, your lens is still completely flat all the way around the edges. Now it's moving over to the bevel wheel to put the bevel on there. It's a knife-like edge that it's going to end up with, although very dull knife, very dull like me. Although I do like to tell people that it's sharp enough to cut through a piece of wet tissue if you let the tissue soak in a bucket of water overnight and then press really hard. I think you might be able to cut through it. One more thing to observe, there is water running in the background of this machine, but polycarbonate cuts dry, where plastic and high index cut wet. In just a moment, you'll see water jets kick in. Thank you, guys. That was good timing. This is just washing away any optical debris that may be on the edge of your lens. Okay, so I'm going to take it out of the chuck. Before I try and get this mounted to see if it fits, I'm going to go over to the handstone and put on what's known as the safety bevel. You still have some rough edges there. So this handstone is completely flat. I can put my finger on it while it's running, and my finger does get warm due to the friction, but it's that friction that allows me to put on what I call the safety bevel. You can see this white powdery substance is on the edge of your lens now. That is called Schwarf. I'm going to use my thumbnail to scrape all of that off, and I do this so much in the course of a day that I've worn a V-shaped bevel into my thumbnail. But once I get all of it off your lens and it's all on the counter, I carefully and very neatly collect it into one pile, and then I wipe it on the floor. This is where I say, kids, stay in school. I went to school for years to learn how to make a mess like that. So if you want to make a mess like me, you gotta stay in school. So in order to see if these fit, I hold the frame upright with the temples pointed downward, and I have the side I'm working on closest to me. I'm not trying to reach over the frame to work. I have it closest to me. I tuck the edge in at the corner closest to me, then using my thumbs, I press down at the nose. It snaps in perfectly. So I'm going to flip this over to the left and do the same thing. I'm just going to hit the start button, and just like you saw before, the calipers are going to come down and trace the back surface first, and then it's going to move over and trace the front surface just to make sure this lens is large enough to fit into your frame. This is just a routine operation that I cannot override. I wish I could. It would save me about a minute on each lens. But it's just a fail-safe system to make sure the lens is large enough to work. Plus, people have emailed me to say they like watching it go round and round. So this whole process takes about 15 minutes. It is now 8:01 on Thursday, May 22nd, 88 degrees in my hometown of Durham, North Carolina, which is exactly halfway between Atlanta and Washington and halfway between Miami and New York City. Love tearing that off the lens as it goes around. So one thing I want to do at this point is, this is how I'm going to ship you your lenses. These are protective sleeves. This is what the multi-billion-dollar labs send me, my invisible bifocals with transitions, anti-glare, polarized lenses. So I'm going to take my Sharpie. I'm going to mark this as a RayBan 2132, size 55. And it is polarized with a blue mirror. I'm going to take the right lens out of the frame. Take the block off since it is no longer needed. Pull that sticker off. Dry off the old block. And I will be including one of my premium microfiber cleaning cloths, as well as instructions on how to care for your cloth so it will last you for years. I also include a photo request just in case you want to have your picture on the website. I take pictures of a lot of my prescription patients when they come in to pick up their prescription glasses, and I now have several digital picture frames I'm just holding up to inspect to make sure there are no blemishes in the lens. and there is not. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put your lens inside the protective sleeve, fold it over for twice the protection, although these are unbreakable lenses, but I'm still going to be careful and safe with them. Set that there for now. But yeah, so I have several digital picture frames, each with hundreds, if not thousands, of smiling faces on them. And it turned out to be a good experience for everyone involved. And since I am a people person, but I can't talk to you since I'm doing mail orders, so that's why I asked for you to take a selfie and send it to me so I can put your picture on the website. The website that is currently down right now due to construction, but hopefully by this weekend it'll be up and running. And you can brag to all your friends that you're a RayBan model. So in just a moment this will finish, and we'll see about getting the left lens mounted. Then I'm going to get these in the mail to you, and hopefully you'll have them within 24 hours since you're here on the East Coast with me, and especially with being Memorial Day weekend. So I'm going to dry your lens off just like before. Back to the handstone real quickly for the safety bevel. Back to the thumbnail, scraping this off the edge of your lens real quickly. And then real quick like before, wipe it on the floor, you know, because habits are hard to break. So let's see if this fits. Again, for you, when you mount this, you're going to tuck it in at the outside corner. You're going to have the frame upright with the temples pointed downward. Tuck it in at the outside corner closest to you, and then using your thumbs, just push down at the nose. It's going to snap in perfectly. So I'm going to pop your lens back out. Hold it, clean it up, inspect it, hold it up to the light to make sure there are no blemishes. And then we'll get it mounted into this sleeve and get it shipped to you. So I hope you enjoyed watching your lenses being made. If anyone else has any questions, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com or simply click the Contact Me button on the website. And that is that. I hope you enjoyed watching your glasses being made and that last minute tutorial on how to mount your lenses. And this is how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.